decided to go ahead and shoot you guys another fish room tour today. It's been a while. It's been about 6 months since the last tour, and there's been so many changes in the fish room. So I decided to go ahead and just, instead of mini updates, I'm just going to go ahead and give a full tour all over. Now before we go in the fish room, I want to let you know I considered cleaning all the tanks just to make it look really nice and pristine for you guys. But then I would actually be lying, because that's not my fish room. My fish room, it's a lot of tanks are dirty. That's just how I keep it. I don't really have a lot of show tanks. I have a lot of productive tanks where I just, I use it for a purpose, which is to house the fish and hopefully, get them to feel comfortable, get them to breed. So I actually opted out in cleaning any tanks for you guys today. I'm actually probably need to do water changes later today or tomorrow. I did no water changes this week, so all these tanks, like I said, this is just my everyday fish room tour. I don't want to go ahead and clean it just for the video. I want to give you guys a close-up how my room actually is, and I want to go into a more depth approach this time. I want to go ahead and probably talk about the filtration and all the tanks I'll show you guys, and my maintenance schedule and everything like that, so give you guys a better understanding how my fish room runs. And I hope you guys enjoy this. There's like tanks I have not revealed yet that I will be showing you guys today, and there's actually fish that you guys haven't seen either I will be showing today. So I'm actually going to be showing everything today. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so let's get started. Here it is. First, I just wanted to give a special thanks for this little man actually letting me to do the video today. We just got home not long, me and him. So he's in the middle of having a nap, which is great. It's actually going to give me a bit of time to do this. So let's get on with it. I decided I'm going to start with the smallest tank and work my way up. So we're going to start off with this tank right here. It is a 5.5 gallon. It is extremely dirty, but it's been working really, really well for me. It's just your 5.5 gallon with a hood. This one actually has a hood on it with a light, and like I said, it is extremely dirty, but it's been working really well for me. There's two types of fry in here growing out. If you can see them, that's actually OB cichlids right there, OB peacocks. And those guys are albino cory cats. And like I said, hey, watch out, buddy. Like I said, it's been working out really well. I have not lost one single fish since these guys started growing out. So that's the reason why I don't plan on cleaning it. I do weekly water changes. I know a lot of people say you want to get your fry to grow good, healthy, you water change every day, every other day. I simply don't have the time for that, so I water change once a week. And it's been working out really good for me. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's just me or what it is, but this tank, like I said, it's extremely dirty. I water change once a week, about maybe 40%, 45%, and I have lost no fish so far. And some of these guys are getting really nice size on them. There's a couple guys in there. That bigger guy there, he's about an inch right now. So I'm actually going to be taking some of these guys out soon and putting them in a couple other tanks. Now for filtration, I simply have a sponge filter. If you see right there, it's getting really, really clogged up. I'll probably have to clean that sponge very, very shortly, but it's been working. I did test the water, and I'm very surprised, but the water is pristine. I don't know how. It is a tremendous amount of algae. Everything's been working for me, so I'm just letting it go. Now the next tank, it's going to be another 5.5 I want to show you guys. It is right here. This used to be the home for the betta, my half moon betta, but for now it's actually housing some angelfish fry. They are still wigglers. I do have a couple free swimmers there in the back. The majority of them are still wiggling. So I did actually go ahead and drop a bit of food in there, some brine shrimp. And like I said, oh, you might be able to see one in the back there swimming around. Yeah, he's moving a bit for you guys. This is actually my third attempt at angelfish fry, and I had no success thus far. So that's why I actually decided to go ahead and give them their own tank this time. I really hope it works out this time because I really want to get some of these babies going. It'll be a nice fun project. And this is actually, if you notice here in the back, it's a sponge filter also. A lot of my tanks are filtered just by sponges. And again, this tank here, I actually just put the babies in, so the water change schedule, I actually do this one probably, I'm thinking every 2-3 days, because they are so small. I might change, yeah, probably every 3 days I'll change the water, probably like 40% of the water, and we'll go from there. Now my next tank right beside that, this is actually the first time you guys are going to see this tank. It is extremely a lot of plants in there, and the reason why, this is going to be the first time you guys get to see this awesome trio group in there. Of course they're going to hide in the back. It's the first time I'm going to show these guys to you. See if they're going to come out or not. Well, you can kind of see them. These are yellow tiger endlers. They are so sweet. I got a trio of them in there. I want to get these guys breeding like crazy. I actually seen my first fry yesterday. I had these guys for a little while now. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, you'll see when I actually had the bag. I didn't show what was in it, but I showed the bag, and it was these guys right here. I would love to get a better shot of this guy for you, but it just doesn't want to work out. Yeah, but these are extremely beautiful fish. I'm so happy I found them. As soon as I found them, I actually went ahead and got them. I don't know if I can find a fry for you, but yeah, I seen one yesterday, so it's been working out. Now the next tank I want to show you, right here. Oh, sorry, the filtration on this guy here, I actually have a hang on back here, just to give them a lot more water flow, just to help keep the plants moving around and stuff like that. But we're going to see how that goes. This guy here, this was the 10-gallon purple deltas guppies, and shortly back, if you guys remember, I did a little video where I actually lost a lot of these guys due to like a water problem. But there are still 3 or 4 in here. Of course, they're all hiding right now, and it is extremely dirty. The reason why, I'm actually feeding a lot. This is all food. Well, the majority of what you see there is actually food, because I drop in like wafers that break right up, because there are 4 apple snails in there. I'm actually hoping to get these guys to breed for me, just so I can try to populate the other tanks with some snails. And doesn't seem like I'm gonna find any guppies for you guys. They're probably hiding away behind the filters and stuff. But yeah, that's where the purple deltas were. But that's all it is right now. And I actually have 2 sponges on this. The reason why I added, this was the second sponge I added, probably about 6 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. And I want to get it seeded so I can actually take one of these sponges and put it over here, probably in this tank, and remove the hang on back after a little bit, so that way I will have a fully cycled sponge. I mean, it's pretty much fully cycled right now, but just gonna leave it the way it is for now. And I water change this guy once a week, probably about 30-40%. Most of my tanks I do about 30-40%. This one over here, this is another guppy tank, another 10-gallon. And this is just a bunch of mixed guppies in here. The majority of these guys is actually what came from Michael. These are the pink pastel steel nebulas or something like that, I think they were called when I got them from them. They're taking on awesome coloring, awesome size. Look at that beautiful guy there. Ain't that so cool? So these are the guppies here. There's probably 3 or 4 pairs in there. Yeah, 3 or 4 pairs. I was hoping to get them to breed. I am getting pregnant females, but there's just bigger guppies in here, so they're probably getting 8. So I'm just gonna leave it be for now. I just got a bunch of moss and stuff in there, hoping that the babies will be smart enough to get in there. Filtered just by a sponge again. A lot of sponges. This is actually the air pumps here I use. It's a Active Aqua. I'm not sure much about it, but it's got like 4 valves, so I run like 4 sponges off it. It's got a control, so I can turn the air up and down, and actually puts out quite a bit of air, believe it or not, for a little filter, little pump. I actually have 3 of these running right now in the fish room, and it's filtering like almost every tank just by air. They work pretty good. Now the next tank I'm going to show you is the 15, and you guys have not seen this tank yet, so it is kind of like a little reveal. This is just like a live bearer tank. There's probably, these are actually swords, German black swords, I think they're something like that they're called. They're pretty sweet looking. These are swords. These are females. I actually got 2 of the females in there to get that and breed with that guy. I did have more of these guys, but they did not make it through quarantine. This was the only guy that made it through. And I have this platy right here. These are the silver red top or something, I think they're called, platies. They're pretty cool looking. Then I have these blue tuxedo platies. There's like 3 trio of these guys I believe in there. And I got a bunch of these cool little guppies. I think they're like a guppy antler mix or something like that, but they're really cool looking. Look how nice they are. I actually had those from like a local guy here. It is so cool. They're actually really nice. Look at the blues coming out on him. That's so cool. There's actually like a bunch of them in there. They're all over the place. I've been seeing babies like just about every day. Then I have right here growing out, if it's gonna focus, or I'll just go to the next one here. Right there, little baby bristlenose. I have 5 of those guys in here growing out. Once they get a bit bigger, I'll be moving them to other tanks obviously, but they're just in here for now with these guys. They're doing good. Again, filtered solely by a sponge. This is actually a large sponge. I think this was rated for like maybe a 75 gallon or something like that, and this is just a 15, so it should hold up pretty good. Look at that cool guy back there. Of course my phone's not going to focus today, and I actually have a ton of floaty plants on the top. Let's see if I can. Ton of floaty plants just to give these guys a lot of hiding space. There's a couple different types of plants. I'm not really sure. Some Anubias in there. A couple Java ferns. It's a nice little mix. I do plan on actually moving these guys soon, but for now this is like their holding tank. I put them in here for quarantine. I actually added all of these guys around the same time. Well, not entirely the same time, but all pretty close together. So I just put them all together as a quarantine. And I did experience maybe 2 or 3 losses in total. That was it. But everyone else seems pretty healthy. They made it through quarantine. Now the next tank, I'll show this one here first. This is a 20 long. This is the Albino Kribensis, which, look how pretty that is. Ain't that amazing? She's starting to get really colored up. I'm really hoping they're going to breed soon. I did have the trio. Unfortunately, 1 female passed. I like to quarantine my fish when I get them. Sometimes they don't necessarily make it through quarantine, unfortunately. But the ones that do tend to last a bit longer. So I still have like a pair, which is great. Look how beautiful that is. That's so cool. And the male is hiding somewhere. I do have some floating plants here on the top, not too much. I didn't add a lot of plant in here just simply because it's just a small little LED type light and it's not really good for the plants. You see the Java fern's starting to die off. But this is it. I actually have a small hang on back on this one here just to help with water flow, and a large sponge again, and it's been working out. Weekly water change once a week, that's it. This is the tank. I really hope to get to start breeding these guys soon. Just have a quick look at her again. Look how pretty she is. Wow. I'm truly amazed by how pretty she is. That's so cool. Now the next tank, it's going to be another 20 long. And I have not shown you guys this tank before, so this is another tank reveal right here. And I'm really like this tank. This is 20 long. I made this Lake Tanganyika tank, I like to call it, simply because it's only Lake Tanganyika cichlids in here. These are daffodils. They're pretty cool. I think I have 4 of them in here. I'm hoping to get these guys to breed. Now I am treating these guys right now because you can notice their tails. It's a little mangled up and they're still kind of skittish, but see their tails, they're kind of experiencing some fin rot right now. I'm hoping that they look a lot better than it used to be when I started treating these guys. So I know it is healing. It's probably still going to take a bit of time to get it, but this is the tank. This one's actually been set up now for a good while, probably a couple months. I just didn't show it to anyone yet, but this is it right now, so you guys are getting the first look today. Again, it's still kind of dirty, but this is just my fish room. I didn't want to go ahead and clean everything just for the video. Like I said, I wanted to show you guys what everyday fish room is to me, and this is it. I actually have a bunch of plants in here, a lot of jungle val. There's probably a bush there, like a bunch, a couple right there. These plants been in here for a little while now, the Java ferns, and these are actually, they're doing pretty well. Considering I'm only lighting this tank with a single CFL bulb, 13 watt CFL bulb, and it's been doing extremely well with the plants. They're actually growing. I mean, they're not growing like wildfire, but they are surviving. They're actually growing, so it's just pretty good. If you notice right there, see that jungle val is actually sprouting out a new one right there, a little runner. So you can tell it's working. And there in the back, it's kind of hard to see, but another little small runner coming up there. So I mean, the plants are growing really good with this CFL bulb. It's been working out. This one here, it's filtered by that big sponge you see right there. It's kind of an eyesore to have sponges in the tank, but they work really well. I really like them. This is a fern type. I'm not exactly sure the name of it, but it's like a fern type plant. And that's the new tank I showed you guys. That's a 20 long. The next size tank I'm going to show you, it's my 40 breeders. First I'll show you this guy here. This guy's in a 40 breeder right now. Reptile tank though, of course. It's my bearded dragon. It's actually a female. Her name's Spike. She's pretty cool, and she loves to check out the fish. She's just staring at them again right now. Look at that. She is so cool. That's so awesome. She has most of her salad gone. I'll have to get her some more after I feed her like worms every single day. Crickets occasionally, but she does not like the crickets as much as the worms, the super worms and mealworms. So I tend to feed her mostly that. But she's doing good. So right here, this is a 40 breeder. It is the turtle tank. I have a couple goldfish in here that I will be more than likely rehoming soon, because I don't want them to take up too much space in here. Now this tank is it's heavily stocked, I think. It's a 40 breeder. That's my Mississippi map turtle right there. It's a male, and I believe he is fully grown, which is amazing, because he can comfortably live in here, I think, for another good while yet. I might be moving him to a bigger tank in the future, but right there now he's doing really good. He seems really active. He's happy. He does not go after any of the fish, which is very surprising. I actually threw in some right there, endlers right there. I thought, you know, they were supposed to be his snack, but now they're actually his friend, which is pretty cool. And there's actually quite a few fish in here along with him, and this tank stays pristine. It is, I never, actually none of my tanks I wipe any of the glass, like hardly ever. Maybe once a 1 or 2 months I'll probably wipe the front glass. That's pretty much it. I do a gravel vac on the turtle tank every few weeks. That's pretty much all I do for maintenance. I clean the filters maybe once in a while. I can't really give you a set time, but once in a while I clean the filters. I actually have a couple filters, so I have an internal filter there, an internal filter there with a hang on back right there, and it's been doing really well. The water is pristine. The water test actually comes back really good. I'm very surprised. I do pretty heavy water changes, though. I do about 80% water change weekly on this tank here. It's been working out really good for me, so I am going to continue to do that. But that's it for the turtle tank, guys. Oh, by the way, the turtle, in case some of you guys don't know, it is a Mississippi map. His name is Peaky Keen. He's pretty cool. Look at him. He is so cool. The fish actually pick at him, but he doesn't seem to pick at him back. He is so cool. Look at him. Well, looks like he tried to go for the guy's mouth. How cool is that? Oh, the goldfish is eating. That's why. There we go. He just spit out some food. That's why the turtle wants them. But that's it. The next tank I'm going to show you. This is a 40 breeder cichlid fry grow out. And again, this tank is actually pretty dirty, as you see. I probably don't clean the glass on this. I don't think I ever clean the glass on this, to be honest. Now the front glass I do clean, like I said, once every month or so, I would say. See, there's a bit of buildup there, but nothing too drastic. The plants in here are surviving. They are not thriving, but they are surviving. It's just a 3-foot LED right here. This is filtered solely by sponge filters. There's 2 large sponge filters in here, both rated, I think, again, for like 75 gallons. It's a couple types of cichlids here. They're mixed. They came out of the 125 up in the dining room. The females were Red Sun and the Dragon Blood. And this is what came out of them. And the yellow labs, of course, are not from the upstairs, but they're growing. I just got them growing out together because they're around the same size. They've been doing good. They've been together for a while now. This is the tank right here. It's a 40 breeder. Like I said, water change, same thing, maybe 40% a week. And that's it. Now let's go to the next one. This one here is actually a big change. If you guys remember, this is my 55 rainbow tank. I actually gutted this whole tank up just recently, not that long ago. Ripped all the plants out and replanted everything over. I took out the big decoration I had, and I'll be showing you guys very shortly what I did with that. And this is so cool. I actually really enjoyed this a lot more because you get to see these guys a lot better. Everyone's doing great. They are doing really good. Some really pretty fish in there. Look how pretty that guy is. That's so cool. That guy's really starting to color up nice. That's the Geophagus I picked up not that long ago. Look how pretty he is. Now, plant-wise, all these plants were originally in this 55 when I ripped out the big tree decoration, the wood decoration. I got a couple Brissonos in here. That's a long fin right there on the bottom. That's a short fin. I believe that one's a female. The long fin, I have no idea at the moment. And there's one more in here, if I can find them. And of course I'm not going to find them now. When you want to find them, you don't. Yeah, I got no idea. But anyway, the other guy's a big male, simply because his nose has a lot of like bristles coming off. Now for the plants, I do have, these are giant jungle val right here. It's sprouting off right there pretty quickly. I just changed this tank up not that long ago. Another giant jungle val right there. And the rest in the back is all jungle val. When I tore this tank down to rescape it, I was so surprised how much jungle val I actually had. All these bunches here, there's about maybe 18 of these little bunches, I think I counted. And every single bunch has at least 6 or 7 little small plants in there. So you do the math, that's well over 100 plants. That's probably like 100, and give or take, probably like 120 of these jungle val plants in here. And it's crazy how much, never knew I had that much plants in here. This is the Albino Kribensis. It's so cool. Such a beautiful, beautiful plant. I didn't put jungle val over here because I'm planning on snipping this guy, trimming this stuff down and replanting it right here. I'm hoping to get a nice little jungle kind of type setup right here with the Guppies, a little Guppies forest. This is the Rotalia. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with that right now, but it is just sitting here in the corner for now. This is Anubias Nana. That's Anubias Birderi. Nana, or no wait, yeah, is this Nana? Yeah, that's the Nana right there. Nana. This is actually a Taiwan lily. Such a cool looking plant, but it is very, very fragile. Like if fish swim, I don't know, this maybe it's just me, but when a fish swims by it, I swear he rips a leaf every single time. But it is a pretty plant. This is Nana again, and this is the Birderi. Now all these Anubias plants actually came off at 2. I split them all, and there's also 3 over in the 15-gallon with all the live bears. So all of them, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 Anubias plants currently. And they all came from 2. I just kept splitting them. Like this guy here, I can probably split it again. But I think I'm just going to let this stuff keep growing out. Like that one there again, I can split it. I can split it. I can split it. I can probably split every one of these again. Double up the amount of plants I have. But I'm just going to leave it grow the way it is for now. And this is the banana plant. And this is doing extremely well. I'm super surprised. I heard so many things from people that saying these plants don't usually do that well, but it's doing insanely well. If you follow this all the way up, look, you're even sitting on the top here. See if I can get one out. Like, look how long it is. Right there, all the way over to here. Look at that. This guy's just sitting on top of the water. Like, this is insane. This is at least... Oh, this is a good 3 foot, if not more. From here all the way to there. That's a good 3 foot right there on the stem. That's so cool. That's super cool. So that is the 55-gallon rainbow tank. It is filtered solely by a Sun 303B. And that's doing great. I do have a wave maker right there, which actually loves sucking up the plants, the floating plants. There's a bunch of floating plants here again, probably two different types I think up there, maybe 3 red root floaters, Salvinia Nathans I think it's pronounced, and I think one more, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, the wave maker really loves to suck up the plants, but the rainbows really enjoy the water movement. So I mean, yeah, bad thing, sucks up the plants. Good thing, rainbows love it. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Again, look how pretty that guy is. Man, these rainbows are so pretty. Look at that. Look at this guy. That's so cool. Look how pretty that is. Rainbows are such a beautiful fish. Look how pretty these guys are. They love schooling together. So cool. That is the 55 gallon. I do have a satellite current LED plus light on this, 4 foot. It's considered like a plant light, I guess. It's been growing all these plants really, really well. I enjoy it. Okay guys, now the next tank right here. This is the 75 gallon baby monster tank. It's big change from what it used to be. This is the decoration that it was in the 55, the big chunk of wood here with all the Java fern. Now the Java fern is getting torn up pretty good, but I don't mind it so much, to be completely honest. This one here actually had a big plant just about the size of that. It did not last long. Well, not necessarily didn't last long, but the majority of it I actually took it off and the rest fell off just because I didn't want 2 big bushes of plants in this tank. Now this tank consists of this guy right here, which is pretty cool, grumpy looking. Zebra tilapia, there's 2 of them. There's the other one. There's a rainbow shark. I actually took out of the 55 to put in here. He actually gets along with them great, which is surprising. There's a little cute little clown loach right there that just hid away, but you can see his reflection there. There he is. A Jack Dempsey, if he's gonna hide away from me again, that's awesome. And this guy right here, he's a red devil. My daughter actually named him Oscar. If you guys remember a few videos back, I actually mentioned that I was gonna rehome all of these guys. Well, it doesn't look like that's gonna happen because I mentioned it to the daughter one day that we're probably gonna moving these guys to another tank, to another home. She did not want to hear that. She got really upset with me. She actually have all these fish named, and it actually upset me a bit seeing her getting upset of me possibly getting rid of these fish. So I decided I am not going to get rid of these fish anytime soon. When they do grow out the tank, it might be different. I'll have to probably rehome them or move them around. But for the time being, I'm going to let her keep her fish. She likes these guys pretty good. She got all names on these guys. There's a blood parrot up there. This cute little guy right there. Like I said, she's really attached to all these fish, so I'm not going to rehome them. I'll just leave them like this for now. This tank is a 75 gallon. It's filtered by 2 large sponge filters. A small hang on back right here, which you can see it's actually full of these pothos. It's been sprouting out pretty good. It's a very small hang on back. I think it was rated for maybe like a 20 gallon or like a 40 gallon or something like that. But this is mainly for the pothos actually. And they do help with a bit of water flow. Not much, but a bit. And this is a Marine Land 350B right there. So it's 2 hang-on backs. Lights, I have a 48-inch LED right here. Aqueon, I think it is. And it's a 4-foot fluorescent right here, which actually with a 6500K plant bulb. It's not LED, it's some type of fluorescent. I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to fluorescence. It's like a T5, T8, I don't know, something like that. But it's made for plants, and I'm hoping these plants do good. Well, it's only Java fern. If it do get tore up more, it gets tore up. But I actually like the look it gives the tank. Lights it up pretty good. I took a lot of the lava rock out. I added some pool filter sand actually to this stuff here, which gives it a really nice bright look. This is actually play sand mixed with pool filter sand. It's actually, I really enjoy the look. It's really real natural looking. It's pretty cool. And the bigger white stuff is actually, I grabbed a handful from the substrate in the 55, added it in at the top here, and I'm really happy the way it turned out. It really looks really natural. And this is a Jack Dempsey, which, look how pretty that guy's face is. I can't blame the daughter not want to let these guys go, because they are beautiful fish. Now the next tank is going to be the last one in the fish room. This is it right here. It is a, let me back up, it's a 125. It's houses Mbuna cichlids right now. This is it. It's a lot of rock in there, a lot of hiding space. It's black sand, little wood decoration, fake wood right there. And this is actually an OB right here. To give you guys an idea what the other guys are going to look like. This is not who it came from, but that's just an OB. This is a yellow OB. The other guy came from like a pinkish, bluish OB. But just to give you an idea, like the patterns they'll have, but different coloring. It's currently housing, I think, maybe about, I want to say 25 Mbunas, possibly more. When the yellow labs grow out of the 40 breeder, they will be going in here. And these guys are just so cool looking. Look how pretty they are, though. A lot of pretty colors from these guys, too. Really, really pretty. Look at this guy. That guy's so cool. Now for the light here on this tank, I have a 6-foot strip, LED strip. This is actually like a DIY light. It's just sitting on the top right now. It's this stuff right here. I think I got this off Amazon. It's just a strip right here. I think I paid like 30 bucks for like a 16-foot piece of that. It's a 6500K white light. And it's actually extremely bright. It's lighting up this whole tank, which is pretty cool. This is filtered by 4 hang-on backs, 3 Aqueons, which is actually no media inside. It's just pinky filter, as you guys can see, and actually does a great job picking this stuff up. As you see, they're actually overflowing right now. I should probably clean them, but pinky filter works amazingly well in filtering a tank to take the crap out of the tank. And this is my Emperor 400. This is the guy with all the biomedia inside. It is like a ton of media. I don't know if I can get that off, but there we go. As you guys can see, a ton of media. I actually modified this Emperor 400. You guys want to go back through my videos, you guys can see the modification. And it's housing all the media for this tank. And the numbers, the perimeters from this tank, it's exceptional. And it's all thanks to that filter. I modified it. I have a lot of biomedia in there. The whole thing's packed tight of biomedia. So that's going to be pretty much it for the fish room tour. However, I am going to take you guys up in the dining room. Oh, the little man's waking up. So that is the 125 Mbuna setup. Also there are 2 sponge filters in here. 2 large ones again. I love sponge filters. And so that's actually every single tank here in the fish room. All of my fish, what I have. I really hope you guys enjoyed this nice little tour. Actually, I just thought about it. I think I might have missed the tank. This is my 20 high black water setup. Actually, I didn't show that to you guys. I just thought of that. It's housing Rasboras right now. They're lamb chop Rasboras, I think they're called. There's like a bunch of Cory cats in there. These are actually the parents from the guys growing out in the 5-gallon. And these fish are so pretty. Look how pretty those are. There are some white clouds in here. I think there's about 6 white clouds in here. Rasboras, I lost count. There's like probably 24 or so. I did actually move the betta in here because I am using this tank for the angelfish fry. And he's actually getting along with these guys crazy well. I did not expect that. And his colors are really popping from this black water. Look how pretty he is. He just loves laying around everywhere. So cool. And these plants are actually still doing well. I mean, they're growing. They're doing good. The Java moss, of course, that's going to grow. That grows anywhere. You can probably grow that, you know, in a bucket behind your fish tank with no light. But there are a couple black neons right there. This is the 20 high. There is a ton of floating plants on the top, if you guys see. This is the 20 high black water tank. So now I actually think that is all the tanks in the fish room. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm actually going to take you upstairs to the dining area now to show you my last fish tank I currently have. It is a 125 Cichlid setup. But it's not in the fish room, but it is my last tank I want to go ahead and show you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the fish room tour. Just give me 1 sec, I'll head upstairs. Okay guys, so we are in my dining area right now, and this is the last tank I currently own. It's a 125 African Cichlid tank. It's a mixed tank, mostly peacock and hap. There are one Ambuna in here, which is a yellow lab right there. He's getting along great with everyone. The rest are haps and peacocks, except for this guy here, which is a frontosa, and he is so cool looking. That's the only two that are not actually peacocks or haps. And it is 125. I have a 4-foot LED here on the top. It's currently being filtered by 2 canisters. This is the Fluval 406 right here. And these guys think they're getting fed, so they're going crazy. And right here, it's an Eheim Pro 4. And this is the setup. It has a big wave maker right here, a smaller wave maker over there. So, extremely sorry for the glare. I did not expect it to be that much glare up here. So let me try to come over here to give you guys a better look. Less glare. That's a bit less glare. These guys are taking on extremely nice size. Look how beautiful those dolphins are. That's so cute. That's such a beautiful fish. Look at this living stone eye. He is so awesome. Look how pretty that guy is. Really beastly. Really nice. There's the OB, actually the mom of the fry that are downstairs. Dragon blood right there, a male. There's the female that dropped the fry. That's a German red. Getting really blue. I honestly thought it was a female. I think she still is a female, but a lot of blues coming out, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a late bloomer or not. Now, I did experience some loss in this tank, unfortunately, but you know, these are African cichlids. They tend to be more aggressive than other fish, but the guys that are remaining, they're pretty sweet. That guy's really nice. Look at him. It's a regal blue. That guy's a sulfurhead. Doesn't have a whole lot of yellow on him, but he's still really pretty. Now this guy here is probably my most prized fish right there, the Maduka white lip. I drove like a total of 5 hours to get that guy. He's well worth it. Look how pretty he is. I really want one of those. That's an albino red empress right there. Still pretty young, but he gets a pretty blue face. Getting a little bit pink in his body. He's, like I said, he's still pretty young yet. Look at that guy. Sunshine peacock. Ain't that pretty? Very pretty. Frontosa. I love that guy. Look how sweet that guy is. Now I just have a bunch of sand in here. I did not place the sand like this. These guys actually messed it all up. They do what they feel they need to do in here, and I just let them be. So that's it for the 125. That's the last tank I own. Now we do have a pond outside, but I'm not going to be adding that into the video because it's not that nice outside today. It's actually raining. But I did put a video up, I think last week or the week before, of the pond if you guys are interested in checking out. And this is pretty neat right here in this corner here. That far corner. That's the sunshine right there. I'm not going to get a video, but he's actually mating at the moment with the OB right there. That's Sunshine and OB. They're currently mating, which is pretty sweet. And that guy is beautiful. That'd be so cool to have some OB babies for the Sunshine. I think the OBs actually downstairs now are from those two guys, which is pretty cool. So that's so that's it for the video today. Okay guys, so that's actually all my 15 tanks I currently have. I really look forward to what you guys having to say, and of course the little man just woke up, so we have to cut this video. I know buddy, I know, yeah, come on, okay. Yeah, so that's my 15 tanks. I really am excited to hear what you guys got to say about it. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think. I really appreciate you guys sticking out this long. I know it's a lengthy video, but I really appreciate it. If you guys did watch the whole thing, it's pretty neat. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite fish? What's your favorite tank? I look forward to hearing from you guys. All your input, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, guys.